guys, welcome back to the Flick Experience with the host man here for this double feature review, even though it's not two movies, but I'm sure hours and now you saw my first review of The Accountant 2, and now here is my second review, all released on this same day and stuff. So yeah, I went to go see those two films like early in the weekend and stuff, and look, I didn't have time because I was busy with other things, and look, I can't get access to early movies, like, because I don't know how you guys are getting early access to those films a week before they're released, but still, I was lucky enough to able to finally see those films. And my movie review, which is Sinners, I am. I was very entertained by this film. I was very impressive on how the movie was made and how the movie is played. And like, yeah, this was an original film. The movie is directed by Ryan Coogler. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Miles Caton, and Haley Steinfeld. And yeah, this is probably, I think, the fourth time Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan has worked together. I've seen Coogler's other work, like the first Creed film, Parts of Fruitvale Station, and Black Panther's Usual. And now with Ryan Coogler written and directed this film, this is one of those rare original movies. I mean, there have been, but this is a movie that the studio of Warner Brothers is taking a risk right now, and mostly nowadays it just feels like it's not. It's like, no, we need an IP of this or this kind of like product. But this with Sinners that Ryan Coogler that was able to create, he literally made an original film that was entertaining for the audience that people to like watch. It didn't have like any message or any preaching. It was an entertaining like horror psychological thriller. To me, it's kind of a bit of a psychological thriller film with vampires into this film. Now, let's keep this in mind. All right, I'm usually not into vampires. I really don't care about vampires. I would usually care for the vampire killers like Blade or somehow. So this is one of those vampire killers kind of a film. If that's what we should call all it though. So what's the movie about? It's about Michael B. Jordan, who plays these two twin brothers. He's playing dual roles, by the way, as Stack and Smoke, as they return to Mississippi hometown to start again and on a whole new life, only to discover that an even greater evil is lurking up to them. It takes place in 1932 at Mississippi. The twin brothers come back to the South and use the money from their past crimes of thefts from other gangsters by killing and robbing people, and they come back to their hometown and open up a juke joint with their cousin Sammy, played by Miles Caton, an aspiring musician who witnesses the brothers opening the juke joint and performing for them. And by the way, this is Miles Caton's first ever movie. By the way, this is an upcoming actor who probably auditioned for this role, and I was impressed to see what this actor is able to go from here. Haley Steinfeld's also in it. She plays the character Mary, is also in the movie, and she has a past relationship with one of the brothers, as she is also witnesses at the joint as well. So they open up a juke joint. You get to see all the blues music and all these other people gathering together, just having a good time and stuff. But there's also like a few religious blues metaphors about how the devil praises blues music to be supernatural and evil. I kind of reminds me, of anyone that knows the famous Robert Johnson story, who was a famous blues musician who somehow disappeared at the age of 24 and died because the devil took him over, because it was at the time when blues music is considered like devil worship and the praise the devil, the old Mississippi blues kind of. It had sort of a bit of that metaphor into it. And then suddenly later on in the film, evil horrors come alive when vampires attack the joint and kills and possess people to become one of them. It sort of reminds me a bit of From Dusk Till Dawn mixed with Night of the Living Dead. And now the twin brothers, along with some of the people from the joint, have to defend their joint while fighting off the vampires. These possessed vampires are ready to jump on and kill people and just take over the whole joint. Love the direction Ryan Coogler was able to do. I love the music transitions from the blues to the remix of hip hop. There's like a scene in the film while they're performing it all to a direction that Coogler was able to show as it summons like the spirits parts of the past, present, and future of music culture, but they are unknowingly summoning the vampires of hell itself. Like you get to see the parts of the transitions from the 50s to the 60s to the 70s of like the music culture overall. And I really like the remixing that Ryan Coogler was able to provide. And there's like, you could say it's like, is this some sort of musical film? Well, not quite, but it's a bit of a music culture, how it transitions to fit the cohesive narrative, but the narrative works. It's an original score that even Ludwig Göransson comes back in this film, who also worked with Ryan Coogler in the past. And like, yeah, this was a well-made film. Michael B. Jordan's character is playing as a twin brother. He's amazing. I mean, he could play the dual roles, even though maybe it was some body doubles, and maybe they had like a motion 360 cameras around him to play the parts. He could play both of those roles at the same time, and it would still work. Miles Caden and Haley Steinfeld's characters were great as well. But I really love the action sequences fighting off the vampires. I mean, again, these are like vampire killers while they're getting attacked by vampires like Dracula and shit and stuff. Some people may find some allegories in the film, thinking like, does this depict racism? Is this like the white man attacking the black man's joint? And it's like, not quite. I don't know, because I never see it as a race perception or anything. I just saw it as an entertaining movie, and that's all it was. I mean, the vampires, they very look scary looking. I just wish the origin story was a little bit explored more. I mean, towards the beginning of the film, there's a little bit of a prehistory on how other cultures view these vampire demons and how they haunt people. So I wish there was more backstory on that. But the setup, the building setup of the film is really like well paced from the first act to the second act, ready to attack the joint to the third act, finally confronting like the head vampire. No spoilers or anything, but I would recommend you stay in the after credit sequences. So yeah, this movie has an end credit after sequences, unlike most Marvel films, which they always do. It gives you a little bit of breadcrumbs on it's gonna give towards the ending of the film. And like, yeah, I recommend. Yeah, I had a really fun time with this film. I was amazed with the pack audience that it was gonna give. And yeah, the movie right now I think is grossing over $100 million in the box office. Hopefully, it grows bigger and bigger. And yeah, and now I'm hearing some reviews saying, "Hey, do you think maybe it could be nominated for the awards?" It's still early in the year. Let's not get carried away. But I would say this was a great movie. I keep saying great many times because, yeah, I was very entertained. I love the story. I love the direction. I love the score. And I even love the settings and these monsters of the vampires, like, but just like the thrill of it. You're really on the verge on the edge of your seat as you're watching this film. And I had a great time with it. I would probably watch this in theaters, or if it ever comes out on DVD, go buy it. I put it on stream. And yeah, this is probably maybe a horror film that maybe you could watch at any time of the season. So I'm going to get right to it. Oh, wait, my grading for this, I'm going to give this 4.5 out of 5 G stars. That's great. Okay, that's a really good score to me. And like, yeah, I really love this film. Ryan Coogler, he's an upcoming director who's had a couple of good films on his belt. So I can't wait to see what he's able to do to have now a variety of range as a director. And let's see what Michael Jordan can do as well. So yeah, go see Sinners. I shit you not, it's really great. So that'll be it, guys. That'll be a quick review because that was an entertaining film, and yeah, I had a lot of good positives for this film. It's rarely a negative, only on the setup of the vampires. Wish there was a little bit of backstory and maybe the lighting too. But everything else, the action sequences, the scores, the acting, and the script, all perfect. It's like a very original writing that Coogler was able to make, and I wish we had more filmmakers to make more original films like this, and studios give them chances for God's sakes. So yeah, as you may know, if you like this episode of my show, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment on them. You can also listen to this on my podcast on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, yada yada yada, which I said so before. Early review of The Accountant 2. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GFV_hostman, and I'll put links on them down below on the channel. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts on the film. If you've seen it, if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't like it, it's still okay too. Okay, I'm not gonna judge on everything. So as usual, This is Gabriel, the host man, saying to you all, good night, everyone.